Hello, it's Friday and I choose joy. Before I start with my fried green tomatoes, I want to share a funny story about my daughter. As I say all the time, to know her was to know joy. And in thanking God, I thank Him for 35 years of her life. She was definitely a joy. I can't talk about her without smiling. So, just to give you a little insight of how funny she really was, I have to tell you this story. So, when my kids were growing up, I never let them listen to mainstream radio inside of our home, and even when they rode in the car with us. Now, I'm pretty sure they probably snuck and listened to some mainstream radio, but as for me, I would not allow them to. They could only listen to 91.9 WCLK Jazz. That was it. They started getting in the car early on saying, "Can we listen to something else?" And I was like, "If you're in this car, you will be listening to jazz," which carried on in her adult life. She loved 91.9 WCLK. The part of the story that's hilarious is one day as she had gotten older, and I want to say she might have been 17, but we were in the car and I had the radio on, mainstream radio, and Ludacris was on. And I don't even know what this song is called, but it's like, "It's Saturday, icky, icky, icky," whatever. And then there's a part that says, "Cuckoo." And we got to that part. She rolled her window down and put her head out the window and said, "Cuckoo." And she looked over at me and I was like, "Oh, okay. Okay, that's how you feeling right now? Hey, okay." She was the best. Oh my gosh, she was the best. So, let's start talking about these fried green tomatoes, which she also loved. They are the best. Tomatoes from me and my neighbor's garden. These things are huge, you guys. So I'm gonna use 3 tomatoes. Got my mandolin out over there. You can't probably see it, but the mandolin is out. I have my wok. It has oil in it. We're gonna fry them. I'm not gonna oven bake them. I'm gonna use 1/3 cup of milk, 1 egg, 1/4 cup of cornmeal, a cup of cornstarch, some panko breadcrumbs, my secret weapon, Asian pepper, powdered pepper. This is what they make kimchi with. Delicious. Let's wash these tomatoes and start slicing them. Choose joy. We have our green tomatoes cut up. I tried both settings on my slicer. So this is a thicker slice and this is a paper thin slice. So we're gonna try both of them. These are my seasonings. I have some teaspoon of onion powder, teaspoon of garlic powder, teaspoon coarsely ground black pepper, and a tablespoon of salt, my Asian pepper dust, panko breadcrumbs 1/4 cup, cornmeal 1/4 cup, and a cup of cornstarch. Let's mix it all together. This is going to be our dredge. Got that nicely mixed up. Now, why did I use cornstarch instead of flour? I use cornstarch instead of flour because cornstarch is going to give us that crispy texture. I'm gonna mix my green tomatoes up with a little bit of pepper and salt that I placed on them because I want to add, as I said before, a little bit of seasoning on my tomato. Turn on our heat to our wok. I'm gonna do like a medium-high heat. And let's get our base going. I'm gonna put my milk in. Crack my egg. Whisk it into my milk gently because this is a styrofoam paper plate. I have my milk and my eggs blended together. I put a little salt and pepper inside of my blended milk and eggs because although we have salt and a little bit of salt, a tiny bit of salt and pepper on our green tomatoes, once we dip it into this milk and egg wash, some of that may come off. So we're gonna cover ourselves twice. Our oil is getting hot. We don't want it to get too hot and fry our tomatoes too fast. Let's test it again with a little bit of egg wash. We're ready to go. I'm gonna take one of my tomatoes, put it in my egg wash, dip it into my breading mixture. Careful to shake off any excess and throw inside the frying pan. And y'all already know I don't do this not using my hands. I don't know why I'm trying to be extra right now. Egg wash. Maybe I should though, because I don't have a claw hand. I'm gonna flip it. Flip it real good. These are looking tasty, y'all. I got myself a griddle. And when I first hooked the griddle up, I thought to myself, my pumpkin pie would love this griddle. It's one of those outdoor griddles that has a propane tank on it. And I've been telling all my relatives, you know her, if she would have been around while this griddle was here, she'd been like, pop a shrimp in my mouth, mommy. And I would have been trying to do it. I think we got some here, y'all. My fried green tomatoes are crisping up nice. Look at that. Let me get closer. Yep, it's dripping oil, but it's okay. You can tell when they're ready. How can you tell when they're ready? Because that oil fry, the sound that it makes while it's in the fryer, it is less of a bubble. It's almost like frying chicken. You know when you don't hear all the sizzle and everything coming from the chicken anymore? That's when you know you there. We're back. Fried green tomatoes, they look amazing. Crispy. Now I'm gonna put together just a little piece of a sauce, just a little tiny sauce for me to dip it in. Gotta get some more Dukes. Mayo. I can't believe we had ketchup. We rarely use ketchup in this house. Just a little squirt of ketchup. Give it some color since I don't have my sriracha. And curry sauce. This stuff right here, it doesn't play games. So be careful. Since I'm a spicy tomato, I could take it. What else would be good in that is just a little squeeze of lemon juice, but hey, let's taste it. So let's taste it with tomato. I think we got something, y'all. I'm double dip. No, I'm not gonna double dip because I'm actually getting ready to share this with my neighbor. That's tasty. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening to my stories about my baby. And I will share some stories about my other two babies too, because I love them just as much. Happy Friday. Happy cooking. Bye-bye. Oh, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's keep it going, okay? Bye.